grade. This is page 163, okay? The schwa sound of ko words. So CK makes one sound. It just says k, and LE says oh. That's the sound that we've been working on. And you put them together and they say ko. Okay? So in your instructions right here is just telling us how we are going to divide those words in the box. So these words have the consonant digraph CK followed by LE, as in pickle. The consonant CK must never be divided. The CK stays with the short vowel in the first syllable. So the LE does not have another consonant in the last syllable, as in buckle. The O stands alone. All right. Do you see the CK in these words? Divide the words right after the CK, as in chuckle. So we know, just look for your CK, and that is where you're going to draw your line or put your little dash in there. Word bank. And we have some pictures that we need to fill in. I'm going to go ahead and read them. We have buckle, cradle, rattle, pickle, cattle, freckles, fiddle, and puddles. Our last one. Yes, auto minimize, please. Let's move it. Yep, over there. And puddle. So we know that we're working on the ul sound, and some of them have the kul sound, like pickle, freckles, buckle. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put an LE because we know all of the words have L and E.
I'll do the first two, and then just to show you how it's done, and then let your student do the rest on their own. So looking at this first picture right here, we can tell that this is a a pickle. So they need to write in pickle and then cross it off. Under pickle, we have a picture of a baby bed, or they might say, oh, that's a crib or a baby bed, but bed and crib don't follow our pattern of ul at the end. So, remind them, remember, it has to follow this pattern. This is what we're working on. So, is there another word for a baby bed or a crib that maybe you heard before? Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. And you can help them out and say, this is also called a cradle. And we'll have to find cradle. You might have to remind your child, okay, so they might say, I don't see any K's. It can't be cradle because cradle starts with a K. You can remind them C makes two sounds. It says K, like K, and it says S, like S. So then they'll know, okay, they're looking for a word that starts with C. And they'll look here, okay, this says cradle, and we'll go and write that in. Cradle, and then we can scratch that off. All right, so like I said, give your child a moment to work independently. You can leave and do something, come back, or give them a few minutes, let them work. review sounds of A words. The vowel A has several sounds. It makes a whole bunch of different sounds besides A. 3 mainly. We have A, like in cat. It says A, like in cat. It can say A when it's paired with a silent E on the end, like in the word cake. You hear the A in cake. And it says That's like a kind of the lazy A. It says It kind of sounds like a U. It like in ago, like long ago. It says kind of lazy. So you have A, like in cat, which is like the short A sound. You have the long A sound, like A in cake. And then you have the lazy kind of schwa, like in ago. And these are the different symbols. So this is how you'll know which sound is making what. The curve right here is a short A sound. That long line is a long. And that backwards 6 is the schwa, the lazy Makes the U sound, makes the A sound, and this makes the short A. Short A. Long A. And the sound, the U. Alright? So, the check mark right here says, as you read these words, listen to the sounds of A and mark it correctly. Do not mark the other vowels. So, only go through here and mark A's. Okay? Let me erase this little line I got over here. Okay? And says A. I'm going to go down this row right here. I'm going to go down. Okay, I'm going to start with this first row right here. We're going to go through and mark the different symbols that we need to mark the sound of A. Saying So, afraid is saying what? Good. You should put the backwards 6. Alright, because it's saying Or if you put a long A because the silent E is here, I'll accept that answer. Or if you put a backwards 6. And I'm going to look up in my teacher manual what the correct answer is. So I'm going to keep on going until I have that for you. So moving on, and we're going to come back to that one. Stable. The A is saying what? Stable. A. You hear the A in that sound, in that word. So it should go straight line. Cattle. Cattle. So you see cat is right there. Cattle. It's saying So you should curve. Oops. That doesn't look right. You should do a little curve. So go ahead and do the rest of these. I'll give you a few minutes and I'll look up the answer for alike. Alright, so I have the answer. I was right. Well, because I said both. So it should just be the backwards A. The backwards 6. Because it's saying we should pronounce that like alike, not alike. Alike. It has the schwa, lazy sound of A. Alike. Alright? So you should... I'm not going to put them in there because I want you to do these on your own. Okay, so we're going out. Okay, your check mark tells us that we need to do what? Match these words with the phrases that describe them. So some of these words we've seen before. We've talked about cattle, freckles, a bugle is like that trumpet horn kind of thing. We know what candles are. So just go in and match the word. On page 164, you have 4 pictures. And you need to divide your words into syllables and print them under the correct picture. So first we need to figure out which word matches. And then once you figure that out, you need to make sure that you separate them. All right? So they have apple, tackle, pickle, and steeple. Okay, so let's think back to our other pages. If you have a CK, the CK is never separated. It's always together. So you would divide after the K. And if you don't have a CK, that last vowel usually goes with the LE. Sorry, covered up the P, you can't see. That last vowel goes with the LE. Okay, so then fill in these words. Apple to apple. Words that end with a soft C, which says the S sound, or the G, which makes a soft G and it says J, like in juice, like in J. They usually have the final E sound too, like in hinge over here. Hinge, like on a door. Hinge. We don't say hing. We say hinge because of that E right there is making that G be soft, so it has a J sound. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna zoom in. And you can follow along with me. I'll do a couple of these. So we already know that we're working with silent E. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in all of my silent E. Let's start with the first one. This is a what? What do you put on your hand? A glove. I'm gonna cross that out. The next one, she's wearing a what? Oops. A shirt. But shirt does not end in a silent E. That ends in a T. So we need to think of another word for shirt. What do we call a nice shirt? Maybe a top you wear at church. A blouse. Blouse. This one right here. So I'm going to write in. Oops. I'm going to write in blouse. And cross that out. All right, at the bottom of page 165, our instructions right here tell us that we need to do what? Read the following words with silent E and print them in the correct blanks below. So let's read. We have plunge, choice, loose, ounce, more, sense, have, give. All right, so if I'm reading these sentences, number one says, the ring felt light, blank, it weighed only one blank. The ring felt light since it only weighed 1 ounce. All right, so I'm going to write in those two words. Since ounce. You need to do the rest of these on your own, numbers 3, 4, and 5. In the bottom right here, I'm going to highlight your instructions in a bright yellow, kind of. And you're going to add the suffix ing to the words that end in silent E by dropping the E. Oop, that's too dark. By doing what? We drop the E and add ing. So we're going to drop the E and add ing, like they showed you right here. They got rid of that E and they replaced it with ing. So I want you to do that for those two. All right. And that is it for page 165. Long I and O words. So let's read our instructions. It says usually the vowels I and O have the short sound when they are alone in a word. In some words, they have the long vowel sound as in child or cold. Okay, so all of these words in here are going to say I or they're going to say O. And they don't use silent E. I know we just talked about silent E and how it makes them say their names, but in some words, we don't need silent E. So if we're reading the first word right here, the I is saying its name, and remember, GH are silent, so we're going to say flight, flight. Like when you catch a flight, you get on a plane and you go to a new place, flight. Under flight is just like flight, but it doesn't have an F, so this word is, and remember, GH is silent, it's light, light. Like you turn on a light bulb, light. Flight and light. I'm going to read the rest of these. We have high, because GH is silent, so just high. Post, post. We have colt, colt. That's another name for a horse. We've done that one a few times. That's a review word. Cold, old. Child, child, like a baby, child. Bolt, bolt. Ite, we're back with that silent GH. Night, night. And we have grind, GR makes one sound. It says grind, grind. Okay, so like when you grind, high. Like you might not be able to tell what this arrow is pointing up. It's trying to say, you know, like this is a high building, you know, really tall, high up in the sky. High, and we can cross that one out. A post. At the bottom here, it says use words from the box at the right, this box over here, to complete the following sentences. Number one says, well, let's read all our words in the box first. We have old, hold, behind, gold, and host. You will find the frisky colt, blank the barn. Now the colt, remember, is a horse. And so let's see which one of those would fit. You will find the frisky colt old the barn? No, that doesn't really make sense. You will find the frisky colt hold the barn? No. You will find the frisky colt behind the barn. Yes, ding, 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 ding. So I'm going to put in behind. Sorry for the terrible handwriting. Okay, so just read your sentences and put in your answers. At the bottom here, we're going to add ing to these words and divide them.